pets are supposed to have stress-free lives. They depend on you for things such as food, water, and shelter. They should also have proper veterinary care and attention from their owners. Some aren't so lucky. While half have stress-free lives, the other pets are suffering from hunger, diseases, lack of attention, injuries, and lack of veterinary care, also known as neglect, abuse, or animal cruelty. There are various types of animal cruelty, each with their own set of laws. Depending on which state you're in, charges will vary.
Puppy mills are used to breed the cute, cuddly, perfect dogs that everyone wants. Dogs in puppy mills live in the most shocking conditions, spending their lives in a small, dirty cage covered in their own feces, causing infections and other health risks.
Many people get dogs from puppy mills without knowing the reality that the dog went through. The dogs are severely underweight. All you can see is their pregnant belly. Once the dogs are unable to have puppies anymore, they're usually abandoned, killed, or sold. Most of the puppies don't survive because they don't get veterinary care and they die from flea infestations or infections. Dog fighting is illegal in the U.S., but people still have them in secrecy. They have them in basements or abandoned houses. They start training dogs when they are puppies to make them aggressive. Most of them are isolated from other dogs as a training strategy. Once they're strong enough, they have them fight another dog. They put the dogs in an enclosed area and harass them until they fight. They place bets on them, and whichever is killed, the other wins. It's likely that both will die, usually from the injury. Cockfighting is similar to dog fighting. It's also legal in the U.S. and bets are made on each rooster. They treat roosters better, making sure they are strong and healthy enough to win. People mostly do it for the money and entertainment. Hog dog fighting is rare, but it's still practiced. They place a hog and a dog in an enclosed area to fight. It is more likely for the dog to win, but it would leave with bad injuries. In some fights, they take the tusks off the hog, giving the dog the advantage. Home neglect is not caring for your pet properly, not feeding them, spending time with them, or having veterinary care. The most severe type of home neglect would be physical abuse. There has been cases where people kick them, hit them with an object, or stab them, or even catch them on fire. Animal hoarding is having too many pets in a home without enough money or food for them. Many cases of animal hoarding are a result from people having psychological problems. Some people don't even have enough money to take care of themselves and still keep the pets. Common animal in hoarding is cats. People usually start with 2 cats, and when they breed, they end up keeping the kittens. In some cases, they have found more than 40 cats in a home or apartment. Animal testing is another type of animal cruelty. The most common animals used in animal testing are rats, rabbits, guinea pigs, and cats. They use the animals to test medicine, poisons, cosmetics, and/or other chemicals. They either inject them or apply it on their skin. Some die during the experiments, and some that make it are reused for other testing. If you see or suspect animal abuse, follow these steps and help save an animal. Document everything you see. Write down everything that is going on, and if you can see the animal, take a picture. Report it, call your local police, or contact Animal Control or the Humane Society to file a case. It's important to keep up with the case. They investigated the case, and if they don't, keep calling about it until they send someone out. They would also need you in court to help prosecute the pet owner. There are some organizations that specifically help out rescued animals. They give them food, water, shelter, and veterinary care and help them find an adoptive home. Make a change and help out an animal in need. You can donate a bag of dog or cat food, toys, money, or even your time. You can volunteer at an animal shelter or the Humane Society.
Animal cruelty to me is anything that causes any kind of suffering that's not necessary to an animal. Obviously, if you have to do something to save its life, and some people, we debated today in Of Mice and Men, is it ethical to put a dog down if it's suffering? My opinion is yes. Other people might disagree with that. But anything that's not necessary, or for example, things like cosmetic testing and things like that, we kind of know what burns our eyes by now, so I think all that should be discontinued. But in all sincerity, if it weren't for some of the testing that's been done on animals over the years for medical reasons, we wouldn't have the advances that we have today. So it all boils down to what's worth it, what kind of life is valued and what's not. And I just hope that anything that's with cruel intentions is actually punished.
He is like beating an animal out of hatred, like taking your frustration out on it, or not feeding it, or like animal testing, I believe is animal cruelty, because it's something that you're putting things into an animal that shouldn't be into it, that can harm it.
To me, animal cruelty is when animals do not get the proper care that they need.